All right, guys, I need to say something today, and it's something pretty serious. It's not talked about near enough, but it is a major issue. But before I do, go on and smash that subscribe button because we're on a mission here to hit 1,000 subs, and I'm dropping a new video every single day. This isn't just some channel, some random channel. It's a movement, okay? And we're going all the way with it. All right. So let's get into it, man. Nobody watches you harder than the woman who ignored your texts. So here's what we're going to get into. I'm going to break down why she ignores your text but still watches every single story. Why she's keeping you around without actually putting in any effort or showing up, and she's flaky. I'm going to walk you through what this behavior really means, why it happens, and most importantly, how to handle it like a man who knows his value. No more overthinking. No more playing into her little validation games. I'm going to totally debunk the whole mixed signals thing as well. Oh, she has mixed signals. Okay, we'll talk about that. But by the end of the video, you'll know exactly how to move when a girl tries this on you. All right? We've all been there. Maybe she just unmatched you out of nowhere on a dating app, and then she's still watching your story. This literally just happened to me recently. I was matched with a girl on a Hinge. We texted for about a week. Seemed like she had a really high level of interest, and then out of nowhere, she just completely ghosted me. And she unmatched me on a Hinge, but she still watches my story, bro, every day, every single time I post. And she's always one of the first 10 people to tune in. And it makes no damn sense, okay? Social media has ruined dating. Absolutely ruined it. And bro, women will literally ignore your texts but still watch your stories. And sometimes they'll even like your post, but they're definitely lurking. They're definitely stalking your page and seeing what's going on. And this isn't just accidental. It's like it's a control move. It's a tactic. All right. Now, what I'm talking to you guys about is applicable for about 75 to 80% of the women out here in modern dating in 2025. With these women out here, man, lots of masculine energy, lots of women who are very damaged and toxic, and they're playing games. They're on game. All right. And now we just have to pivot because of a lot of them. And I don't hate women. There are high quality women out here. It's just few and far between. Okay. 20 to 25%, maybe. All right. But the thing is, man, with these women, from a psychological perspective, a lot of them, they want to stay on your mind without giving you the same energy back. They want to live rent-free in your head. They want you to be thinking about them even if you're not talking to them. And that's why they'll wait hours upon hours and sometimes even days to even respond. Okay, these women have their phone on them 24/7. But they're insecure. A lot of them are insecure and they're starving for validation. And they're playing games. This like, oh, let me just like pull way back and take hours and days to respond and act like I've got a shit ton of stuff going on, which I understand these women do, but every woman has their phone 24/7. And if she is healthy in her feminine energy, she will be responsive in a reasonable amount of time, and she's not going to be playing all these crazy head games, okay? But they're, like I said, they're insecure and starving for validation. And this kind of behavior usually, comes from her own need for attention. She's some inner, wounds that haven't been healed, a lot of inner work that needs to be done. And she wants to know that you're still available no matter what. That you're still orbiting, even if she has no real intention of connecting. But we cannot fall into that. Because here's the thing. These women, if she's a good-looking woman, she's talking to at least 3 to 5 guys at any given time. And so if she has a bar, like an energy bar, like a battery bar of energy, there's 3 to 5 guys at all times that are filling up that energy bar. So if she loses some attention from one guy, then she's going to start trying to figure out a way to replace it, because these women, they're starving for attention and validation. All right. And you can't give it to them like they want. All right. It's not going to happen. All right. Now, distrust and hidden agendas. Some women will test your boundaries or keep you around just in case. Women like to have orbiters. Every good-looking woman has male orbiters. The male friends, the guys they keep on standby, all this kind of stuff. And I talk about how it's a red flag if a woman has a lot of guy friends or lots of guys that, follow her and, lots of guys kind of in her orbits. It's always a red flag if you're, looking for a woman, a higher quality woman to potentially be in a relationship with. That's not the kind of woman you want, okay? But these women are going to test your boundaries. They're playing games. They're testing you. They want to keep you around just in case. And like I said, it's not always just about getting to know you. Okay? It's about keeping you as an option while they explore others. You got to understand that. You are an option. And she doesn't always like you. She might just like the attention that you give her. Okay? Now, another war that we're having is the masculine and feminine energy and how so many women are assuming a lot of masculine energy, man. When a woman is leading with masculine energy, right? Controlling, she's testing, chasing validation, there's going to be chaos. It throws off the natural polarity and leaves both people frustrated. All these women out here, these boss girls, I have a ton of options, influencers, and even if she's not that great looking, she probably thinks she's hot shit. Because a lot of these women have inflated egos and they have self-inflated their value. And it's false. And a lot of times they will do things like shorten their text messages, increase the time for the response between texts. They're going to play it cool and stuff like this just to try and inflate their value and deflate your value. But it's a whole game of deception. It's this, for them, it's deceptive. And it's like a short-term gain for them. That's what it is. Some women will say what you want to hear to get attention right then and there. To get attention, to get favors, to get emotional validation. Your time, your energy, your presence. And then they'll pull back once they've gotten what they needed. So like I've talked about before, every woman, if she's good looking, she's talking to at least 3 to 5 guys at one time. And she's got this attention bar, this energy bar. And so if she's got 4 guys she normally talks to and one of them kind of falls out, she's got a little bit of room for one guy to kind of, get attention from. And that's how it works. But it's not long-term interest. It's manipulation tactics, okay? It's the manipulation tactics at its finest. There's tons of master manipulators. And it's just because social media has ruined dating. The dating apps, Instagram, TikTok, all this stuff. Just getting tons of free validation. Constantly. Wasting time. Time wasting. Look, if her online behavior, dating apps, Instagram, things like this, doesn't match how she acts in person, that's a red flag. There has to be congruency. So you've got to watch for any kind of inconsistency. People who are actually real. Feel the vibe in person too. Not people who switch up depending on the platform or whatever, okay? People show you who they are. And I can look at a girl's dating app or her Instagram profile and tell you if she's even worth the time, okay? And if she's putting her Instagram handle on a dating app, validation. She's never going to hit you up. She doesn't give a shit. And she won't follow you back either. 99% of the time. All right? Now, you have to be wary of overanalyzing stuff, okay? Because even though I'm trying to walk you guys through this and kind of explain high level the best that I can, I still don't understand everything you know about women. It's confusing. They're complicated. And the truth is, no matter how much you think you know, You still not, because every woman's different and they are complicated. And honestly, some of the shit they do just don't make any sense, bro. And you can't make any sense of it, okay? And sometimes you didn't do anything wrong. So you got to stop overanalyzing. Don't get stuck trying to decode every little thing she does. That's feminine energy. You have to just stay grounded, man. Stay logical and just focus on any kind of patterns that you see, not breadcrumbs. If she's inconsistent, like not really expressing a high level of interest, like taking forever to respond to your text messages, if she's flaky, if she's like pretty concise on her messages, man, like, you know, doesn't offer to reschedule if she cancels or can't do, like, dude, yeah. If she is not reciprocating, it's not worth your energy and effort and time, bro. It's not. Move on. Move on. But she likes that you take the breadcrumbs when she puts them out. Now, women out here leading themselves. When women make decisions purely based on emotion without any kind of structure or values, it leads to unstable connections, especially when they haven't done the inner work. And some of these women are either 304s or they just got some issues and they shouldn't even be dating, to be honest. But it is what it is. I digress. Let them do them, bro. Let them do them. Let them live their life. Let them lead themselves if they want. But your job at the end of the day, bro, is to protect your peace. Protect your energy and protect your time. And focus on your value. Focus on the value that you bring. And build value. Okay? Build yourself into a man of value. It is competitive out here. You got to get your stuff together. Like, let's go. You can't worry about her. And if you're in the dating market, you should never be just talking to one woman, okay? You should never do that. It's fatal. You get one-itis. And then what happens? You pour all your eggs into one basket. She's getting all that heavy energy from you that you're super invested. And she's going to take all your eggs. You got to have options because it puts you in an abundant mindset. And if you're genuinely busy building your life, doing a bunch of other things with your friends and your business and work and school and the gym and hobbies and anything else that you have going on, you don't really give a shit. And you have to have boundaries and draw a line. You've got to build yourself into a guy who's actually valuable, for one, which takes years. But you've got to have respect for yourself. I don't give a shit how good looking she is. I don't. I matched with this girl on Hinge a couple weeks ago. Gorgeous girl, by the way. Ukrainian girl in the U.S. She's lived here for a few years. She was a solid dime. Okay. She's a Christian, it seems like. She works really hard, she's like a photographer, and she works for in sales and for furniture. I don't know. She's got her stuff together, so it seems. And I had asked her out. You know, I got her number, and after trading a couple of text messages for, you know, a couple days sporadically, I said, "Hey, let's grab a coffee, go for a walk or something sometime." And she said, "Oh, it would have to be after I work until 8 p.m. every single day." Okay? I work until 8 p.m. every single day. So I was like, "Okay." So I played it cool for a while, and then said, "Okay, well, I tried to set something up for one Friday evening, for like one Friday night." And I just basically said, okay, well, in my mind, I'm trying to think, okay, so she works until 8 p.m. every single day. Okay, so you don't have any days off. It doesn't add up. I said, okay, well, all right, cool. So one of my buddies actually is a pretty well-known DJ, and I was going to try and get her to go to that. And I thought, okay, well, 8 p.m., well, we wouldn't be able to meet up till probably at least 9:30 or 10. Because you know how long it takes for a woman to get ready, right? So I said, okay, well, I don't normally do this, but we could grab a drink at like 9:30, 10 o'clock on Friday. I wasn't going to tell her about my plans to, go to this show, which I think she might have liked. But I said, hey, here's the offer. Like, would you want to do that? and first date, an hour, absolute max, grab 1-2 drinks. But I figured if it went well, then I would just get an Uber for us and we would go to the show, because a lot of Europeans like EDM, techno music, and that kind of stuff. Okay. And then she said, oh, well, yeah, that is kind of late. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just, maybe this week just isn't good. And I waited like a whole day to respond. And I said, okay, cool. No problem. Sounds good. Just let me know when you have some room on your schedule and you want to get together. Okay? Just kind of left it at that. Gorgeous girl. Again, on paper, she looks like, she's got the checks, right? But how are you going to tell me that you work until 8 p.m. every day? Okay. And then I saw on her Instagram, it looked like she actually was doing some stuff, maybe grabbing coffee outside or, driving and just kind of like living her life. And it's like, okay. So she works until 8 p.m. every single day. I don't buy it. But me, I'm trying to pivot because she seems cool, but I'm not going to overcompensate and I'm not going to force it. I don't care how cool a woman is. If she checks all the boxes, appearance on paper, she's got it. I don't care. I did give her an alternative, but it's like, okay, well, if you work until 8 p.m. every day, would have liked to try to do something during the day, maybe grab coffee, go for a walk on a weekend or something, Saturday or Sunday, but you work until 8 every day. And then you're saying that you couldn't grab a drink after at night. So I guess you're literally never free. So I don't know, man. I think it was BS. I think she's just starving for validation and attention. And I let it sit for a whole week, and I actually unfollowed her from Instagram. I deleted her number, and I think, bro, so I got a text message the other day. And what is today? It's like, okay. So I think it was yesterday, bro. It was like middle of the afternoon. And I'm pretty sure it was her. I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure. And I didn't even respond. It was just like, hey, Brian, how's your week going? I don't know, some bullshit. And I didn't even respond because I don't even know who it is. But she also spelled my name wrong. My name is spelled with a Y, B-R-Y-A-N. She spelled it with an I. I don't know who the heck it was, but I just didn't even respond, and I deleted the combo. Unfollowed on Instagram, deleted the number. I don't give a crap, and that's the mindset you have to have. And as a matter of fact, all these women are still one of the first 5 to look at my story if I post. Case in point. You cannot worry about it. You cannot get caught up in your head about it. You can't try and overanalyze it. This shit just happens, bro. That's why you have to be... If I didn't have YouTube, if I didn't have my job to focus on, my friends, my gym, yoga, if I didn't have so much stuff going on in my life, I know you guys would be getting caught in your head, losing your mind over this shit, bro. I would lose my mind. That's the way I used to be, but I don't care. I don't care how good looking a woman is. I have self-respect. I will draw the line in the sand, and you have to do the same thing. And you have to get to a point where you can't really care too much about these women, bro. You just can't. Look, if you find a really good, high quality woman that proves to you that she's, actually in it, she's actually cares, and it's not just all talk or putting on a front. If you do find a genuine woman who actually really cares, she's gonna meet you in the middle. She's gonna be in her feminine energy and express interest. Do not be a dick to these women, bro. But man, you gotta draw it out. You gotta put them through the vetting process, man. And you can't care. I swear, it's crazy. The less you care, the more she cares. Yeah. I did not make up the rules, and I hate it has to be like this. I'm not saying to not completely care. You just cannot put all your eggs in one basket. You can't act overly incited. You can't overinvest in these women, bro. You can't. Even if she's showing the interest, you gotta still pull it back. Take it easy. Take it slow. See if she can keep it up. And if she's playing these games, do not chase. I'm telling you, do not chase. Initially pursue, show interest, lead, be the man. But if it is not reciprocated, own your worth. Draw the line in the sand. Know your worth. But to know your worth, you have to actually be Build value, okay? But a man, at the end of the day, who values himself, he's not going to beg for attention. He walks. Unfollow, unmatch, delete numbers, period. No, and if they try to reach back out, I don't give a shit. Look, at this point, bro, a woman would have to literally double text me. A girl who was not offering to reschedule, a woman who was acting flaky, making it hard to get together, okay? If she's playing, and these women will play these games, that's what I'm saying, to test your interest, to test your commitment, to see what you're made of, okay? The only way I'm going to let them back in to get even a shot to go out with me, she would have to literally double text me or slide in my Instagram DMs. Literally, bro. And if I deleted her number, that chick is going to either have to hit me up on Instagram and say that she's been trying to get in touch with me and she wants to go out, okay? Or she's going to literally have to tell me who her name is, because I deleted this number and I'm not going to ask who it is, especially if she can't spell my name right. You have to set boundaries with these women, and you have to not give a shit whether it works out, whether it doesn't. You have to be completely detached. And I know it's hard, especially if you feel like you guys are vibing and you're flowing and you're connecting, and it's hard to not kind of get sucked into that, but you have to hold back. You have to hold your frame, man. You can't show your cards, and you have to play the game, man, because that is what they're doing, unfortunately. And you have to draw things out. You got to take your time, and you do have to play it cool, okay? Because the more you care, the less she cares. You have to set boundaries for yourself. Do not tolerate these mixed signals. Don't tolerate any kind of disrespect and flakiness, any kind of this manipulation that these women do, okay? You train people how to treat you. So if you're getting treated like crap by friends or even by these women, it's you're letting it happen. It happens to everybody. It happens to everyone. But it's your responsibility how you handle it. Like, if it happens on a regular basis, like, look, it's not your fault if you start talking to a girl on a dating app or texting her, or you meet her out or get her number or whatever, and then she starts having this behavior. That's why you have to look out for the behavior and have the awareness of the red flags and what it's looking like. And that's the point of this video. But you have to have the intuition and just freaking open your eyes and your ears and pick up on this stuff, so you can pick it up and then cut them out. All right? People show you who they are. Let's stop living in delusion. There's no such thing as mixed signals. People show you if they're interested. You're going to know. It's not hard to figure out, okay? There's no such thing as mixed signals. She's either into you or she's not. And you have to show her the standard, or you got to cut her out. Walk away. Period. If something feels off, it probably is. You have to be willing to walk without any hesitation and not look back. And that's the power. And that's the power you have to have, okay? So what do you do? Like I've been talking about, focus on your own self-improvement across the board. And the best response to any of these emotional, psychological games is just pure elevation. Get sharper, fitter, become more focused, locked in. When you just continue to level up in your life, her games lose all the power because you're busy. And you've got to prioritize real connections. Real connections, reciprocation. Because you want a woman who's honest, who's feminine, who's consistent, and a woman who's respectful. Not one who needs to play games just to feel secure. Okay? So, anyway. That's all I got for you guys today. A little bit of a ramble. I hope that helped. But if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and smash subscribe, like the video, comment down below what you guys have been going through, and I'll catch you guys later.